The fire crackled loudly. Sparks flew up high into the night. They danced in the inky darkness like tiny angry fireflies, you know? The wind, it whispered secrets through the leaves of the tall, dark trees. Or was it just the night breeze playing tricks? Fear. It pricked our skins like little needles. A different kind of cold this was. Mr. David, our teacher, he watched us all. His face was a mask of shadows. Then the fire would leap, lighting him up. His eyes, they seemed to gleam in the dark. He cleared his throat, a dry, raspy sound. "I have a story for you," he announced. "An old one," he said. "Very old." We all leaned in closer to the blaze. We didn't want to miss a single word. "Every year," Mr. David began, his voice low, a husky whisper like dry leaves skittering, "after this very camping trip concludes." He paused then, for a long moment, for effect maybe, to build the suspense? Or was he, our teacher, scared too? We held our breaths, waiting. We simply had to hear what came next. The forest around us felt suddenly colder. "One student," he said, "disappears." The words hung in the air, heavy, like a giant stone in your stomach, vanishes completely without a single trace. "No? No clues are ever left behind," he explained. "Just gone. Poof! Into thin air. Forever." Our breaths caught in our throats. "Disappears." But how could that be? "Mr. David," he continued his chilling tale, "the police, they used to search for them." His voice dropped lower still, almost a mumble. "For days on end, sometimes weeks even, but they found nothing, absolutely nothing, not a lost shoe, not a single strand of hair. Now, they don't even bother now," he sighed. "It was hopeless," he told us. "Utterly hopeless. What could anyone do, really? The old folks, they have their rumors," he whispered. "They blame the forest itself, you see, a spirit. And some of the locals say it lives deep within these ancient trees. It watches everything. It waits patiently, and then it chooses one student, always one, to take away. But for what reason, no one ever knew. It was a mystery as old as the woods. My name is John. My best friend is Mark." Beside me, Mark shifted uneasily. We exchanged nervous looks across the fire. "A forest spirit? Seriously now?" It sounded like a spooky story for little kids. But Mr. David, our teacher, he seemed so serious, so very, very serious. A sudden shiver traced its way down my spine. "Mark," he nudged me hard in the ribs. "We should go and check it out," Mark whispered later. This was after the scary stories had ended, when everyone else was quiet, too quiet tonight. "At midnight," he declared, his eyes wide. Was he completely crazy? Maybe he was. But a part of me, it was curious, terribly, dangerously curious, I admit. We just had to know the truth. The forest seemed to call to it. Midnight. The entire camp was fast asleep, or at least they were pretending to be. Quietly we crept out from our small tent, Mark and I, partners in this foolish quest. The moon above was just a tiny sliver, mostly hidden by thick dark clouds. The forest, it loomed like a solid black wall, waiting for us. My heart pounded hard. Thump, thump, thump. It was so loud. We used our small, cheap flashlights. The weak beams danced around nervously, making all the shadows jump and twist. Deeper and deeper into the woods we ventured. Then we suddenly saw him, another camper. It was Paolo, from the tent next to ours. What on earth was he doing out here, all alone? He looked so lost. Or maybe just incredibly scared, like us. Suddenly there was a movement just behind Paolo, a figure, tall, very dark, dressed in a long, flowing black robe. A deep hood covered its entire face. It moved like a silent ghost through the trees, drifting, not making a single sound, following Paolo, getting closer and closer. My blood, it turned to ice water. "Hala!" I wanted to scream, but no sound came out. Mark, he reacted fast, pulling me behind a big tree. "Don't you dare make a sound," he breathed. His voice was shaking just as much as mine. We watched, completely paralyzed by fear. The robed figure slowly raised an arm. There was something dark in its hand. A rock? It struck Paolo with a sickening thud, hard, right on the side of his head. Paolo crumpled to the ground, no sound. Oh my! The robed figure. It stooped down low. Effortlessly it lifted Paolo's limp body, slung him over its shoulder, just like that, like a sack of rice. No, it was awful. Then it moved, surprisingly fast, deeper and deeper into the dark woods, towards the direction of the old caves. The very same caves Mr. David had warned us about. The forbidden caves. We have to follow them, I whispered urgently. My voice, it shook like a leaf. Mark nodded, his face pale but fiercely determined. We stayed hidden in the deepest shadows, moving from tree to tree like spies. Our flashlights were off now, of course. The figure, it knew the path perfectly. It didn't seem to need any light at all. We just followed its dark, ominous shape. It entered one of the caves, a narrow, dark opening. We waited for a moment, hearts pounding. Then carefully we slipped inside after it. It was damp in there and smelled strongly of earth. And something else too, something metallic, blood. In the dim, flickering light from the figure's own small lamp we saw it, Paolo, lying on a flat stone slab, like some kind of ancient evil altar with strange writing carved deep into the stone. The figure turned, it slowly pulled back its hood. "Mr. David, our teacher, it was him." My jaw dropped, I felt so sick. He began to chant strange words. Not English, not Filipino, nothing I knew. Ancient, terrible. His eyes, they glowed faintly. The legend, it wasn't just a story after all. It was him, it had always been him. The forest's awful secret, it was our teacher. Our own teacher was the monster.